used to throwing the ball to Mike Evans down the field. He have yet to get one of those, consistently get those connections, Skip. But I just thought he was average. I don't think he did it. Even the really great throw that he made, Mike Evans, he made a great throw to Mike Evans. But the touchdown to throw to Gronk, it got tipped at the line of scrimmage, Skip. And hard enough, and Gronk stayed with it, didn't lose, kept his concentration. But I don't think Brady played well. 4-12 on third down, kicked 4 field goals. So for me, nah, I can't give him, yeah, they won the game. But do I think Brady played well? Is Brady still leading the MVP? No, he's third now. He's third.
I think last week you had him 4th, so he moved up a slot.
Well, Aaron Rodgers took back. Aaron Rodgers and what you call him also lost, Derrick Henry. But, you know, Big Ben, if Ben cut down on the turnovers, Big Ben going to creep up there. So right now, my MVP is Russ, my homeboy, Brady, and then I don't care about that.
So now for some objectivity and honesty from this side of the table, because there's no Brady hate over here the way it emanates from your side.
And admiration and infatuation.
It is justifiable admiration for the GOAT, clearly the greatest quarterback of all time. Under the circumstances, he gets a B+ for last night.
What's the circumstance?
The circumstance was his team obviously came out completely flat as a 12.5-point favorite on the road at Giants Stadium, looking ahead to Sunday Night Football when they have their revenge game at home against the New Orleans Saints.
Was he looking ahead also?
Not Tom Brady.
Okay, so I'm talking about his performance. I'm not talking about the team.
He's trying to rise above the team. Could they run the ball last night, Mr. Sharpe? Did he have a running game to play off of? No.
Why you need a running game?
They were lucky to have 81 total yards.
You don't need a running game.
Hey, Leonard Fournette was tippy-toeing in there. Like I didn't see him hitting the holes like Rojo hits those holes. But Rojo, right away, there was a tip pass at the line of scrimmage. He caught it, but didn't really put it away. Turned, and Blake Martinez knocked it right out of his hands, and all of a sudden, it's a very short field touchdown for 7-3. And then before you knew it, it was 14-3. And what did the GOAT do in the fourth quarter? He just took the game over. But who was he throwing to? Once again, he did not have his best receiver, Chris Godwin. And in place of Chris Godwin, they elevated the punt returner. Jaden Mickens had 8 targets last night after he had 2 total targets the whole year.
Yeah.
The GOAT is doing it with another guy from effectively Dorchester like he always did with the Patriots.
The reason why he didn't have any targets, Brady didn't throw him the ball. He's in the game, so obviously Brady, they trusted him enough to be in the ball game. He got those targets.
Why didn't he throw 15 targets to Mike Evans? Well,
I guess Mike Evans wasn't open 15 times.
Thank you.
Brady, the one thing we know about Brady, Skip, he's not going to force the ball. He's going to take what you give him. So if you make him check the ball down, you make him throw swing passes, that's what he'll do. He's not going, and that's why it's so difficult for him and Mike Evans to get on the same page. Jameis would force the ball to Mike Evans. Okay, Mike, hey, you want it? Jump up and get it. That's what he would do. That's not Tom. It's hard to unlearn a behavior that you inhibited for 20 years. Brady has really never forced the ball like that. So to get down to Tampa and says, okay, Brady, we want you to force the ball, he just can't bring himself to do that.
Which is why they're so good protecting the football, right?
Yes.
And he's cleaned up their whole act. They only had 3 more penalties last night for 20 yards.
And that penalties hurt the Giants. They had 7.
They had 7. So Giants played inspired. Giants mixed coverages, as you pointed out earlier in the show. They were making it hard on Brady. I thought they doubled Gronk the whole night. They just said, you cannot have your security blanket, but he still got him 3 or 4 big balls at big moments. Yet, could we see in the game-winning drive what happened, why I give Tom a B+, because he rose above a game that a lot of teams would have lost, and right away it's 3rd and 4, and guess who he goes to, if we could see this, please? He goes to little Mickens, little Jaden Mickens, the punt returner. That's a huge throw, and that was a good throw. That was covered, and that's first down. Then they get a holding call, so they're pushed back to 1st and 20, and he hits Tyler Johnson, the rookie from Minnesota, right over the, Logan Ryan tagged him. Could have been a penalty, but they said no.
It was going to be a penalty.
Okay? And then look what he does. He comes right back, a little play action. This is a rope that he threw to Cameron Brate, the tight end. That was not a penalty, but they got it anyway, so they're 1st and goal at the 8. And he rises up and throws a perfect fade ball to Mike Evans. You said it was a great throw.
It was.
Those all happened right in a row, and that was the ball game right there. That's where they just put the game away.
So we're gonna disregard everything he did up until the final drive.
He threw how many interceptions last night?
No, I'm saying
none.
Skip.
None.
Skip.
Did he throw any balls in harm's way?
Okay,
no.
What happened to 4-12 on third down? Was he not the quarterback then?
Who won the game?
He
won.
No, we're grading Brady's performance, not the outcome of the game. Brady's performance.
Okay, what did I tell you on one key third down that would have salted the game away because they could have just eaten the rest of the clock? They should have called a quarterback sneak because he is the greatest quarterback sneaker ever, and they called, let's hand it to Fournette. Okay. And he goes off left guard or tackle, and it just gets annihilated.
Yeah, it got 8-0. But okay. But Brady, okay, so that's the one. Okay, they should have did that. Okay, but the other 11 third down conversions, what happened then? He had the ball in his hand.
Okay, so 4 of 11, is that terrible? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Giants played inspired. I got to tell you, when you have James Bradbury at one corner, Pro Football Focus grades him the best corner. Jabril Peppers is all over the field. Logan Ryan is just a football player to me. He just makes plays. He knows how to play. That defense is not bad. If you look down the list of all the games that they played, they've held good teams down. The Rams scored a grand total of 17 against them. The Bears scored 17. You look down the list, they beat the Washington football team 20-19.
Right now, I can assure you, Skip, Jalen Ramsey, J. Ram, Gail Moore, Pat Pete are rolling their eyes, saying, I cannot believe Skip Bayless just said James Bradbury.
I didn't say it. Pro Football Focus grades him as the best corner in football. What's wrong with that? What's not to like? They gave him a bunch of money to come from Carolina as a free agent.
See? And, there you go. We think because somebody get paid a lot of money, they got to be good.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Blake Martinez is all.
I like
wherever
Martinez.
the ball is, he's there. His nose is in the ball.
It looked like Green Bay should have kept him.
Okay.
Green Bay should have kept him.
Okay. And the Giants pass rush. They rank 7th in sacks coming into the game. That's pretty good for a team that's 1-7 now,
and
right?
That's what you have to do.
They have a credible defense. They were inspired with their game plan and with their effort last night. And Tom Brady still threw for close to 300 yards, and he threw no picks, and he had another game-winning drive, which was only the 60th of his career in the fourth quarter, which is by far the record in the NFL.
My guy, against that same defense with lesser weapons, he didn't have a Gronk. He didn't have
your guy? I can't tell. From day to day, I don't know. Give it to him, Wentz. You know what? Daniel Jones threw a perfect pass to Evan Ingram, and you lose. Walk it to him. You lose. At home, you should have lost to Danny Dimes.
Well, if Danny Dimes doesn't throw 2 interceptions and give you field goals, you lose. Okay.
Yeah, he made 2 bad idea throws.
My guy threw for 350 on just about the same amount of attempts as your guy. 350 with 2 tubs and a rushing tub.
How many good teams would lose that game last night to a quote-unquote bad team? A lot of them would.
Well, my guy didn't do that.
But this team we're looking at is a Super Bowl team with the GOAT at quarterback.
And my guy came from behind, too. You remember that? My guy was down.
So I will give you, obviously, Tom did not gain any ground in the MVP race.
He lost ground.
He held serve.
Skip.
He did what had to get done. They got the dub.
Skip. Russ has 26 touchdowns in a game fewer than what Tom has played.
Who's got higher degree of difficulty? Tom Brady trying to turn around the Succaneers down in Tampa? Turn it into Tampa Bay?
Russ's defense is giving up an average of 460 yards per game and 28 points. So who has the higher degree of difficulty?
Seems like just yesterday, it was just a Monday night ago, that I saw Russell Wilson throw 3 interceptions at Arizona, including 1 in overtime.
Did you watch him Sunday?
Lost the game.
Did you watch him Sunday?
I did.
He threw 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did.
And he won't make that mistake again, not getting DK Metcalf involved.
And the 49ers got decimated in that game, as you well know.
All I'm saying is right now, your guy ain't even close to the MVP.
Ain't even close. He is right there. I'll give you, he didn't take a step back. He just didn't take a step forward.
But you know who is right there?
Yeah.
My homeboy. You saw what he did, right?
Yep.
Okay.
After he was 0 for 8 on third down at Denver the Sunday before. Way to go.
Hold on. Your guy was 4.
He's been average for a while.
Let that sink in for a second. Skip Bayless just said a man that has 21 touchdowns with 1 interception is on pace to throw for over 4,800 yards. It's been average.
Shannon Sharpe just said, did you see what my homeboy did against the Jets? You dared to say against the Jets? What are you talking about? You should be ashamed.
No, you should be ashamed. Your guy got 1 more win than the Jets. So, in other words, you're the Jets just in a different locker room.
Who's my guy?
The Giants. Y'all the Jets in a different locker room.
Oh. I don't know who you're giving me an allegiance. I don't own.
No, because see what you try. See, I see what you're trying to do, and everybody at home see what he's trying to do. You're trying to elevate the Giants to make Tom. Oh, he beat the Giants. That's the '85 Bears defense.
I have told you all year they're pretty good. I know they keep losing close games, but they're close.
I want to know because Joe Judge had them doing all these running, and Pat Hamlin, I'm talking to you mainly, had them doing all this running when they make mistakes. In every game I watch, Skip, they get mistake after mistake. He get interception after interceptions. So either the running ain't working or they might need to try something else.
Well, another chip off old Belichick's block, right?
The run, it'll work. It worked for Coach Belichick once he started winning. And then you had somebody in the locker room and Tom Brady that's like, okay, I'm going to go along with it. And if he goes along with it, ain't nobody going along with no Daniel Jones. You the reason why they keep losing. Because you keep turning the ball over. Who following Daniel Jones?
All I know is the GOAT gave you a real solid B-plus game last night. Another game-winning drive in the fourth quarter. And for the 70th time in his career, he came from 10-plus points behind to take the overall lead in that category also. 3 ahead of Peyton, 3 ahead of Marino. Way to go.
The 30th time.
30th time, I'm sorry.
70th be a bit.
Wait a second. Okay.
30 time, but he has had 60 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter, which is
why did the GOAT behind? I want to know why he behind. He the GOAT.
A few more
you told me GOATs don't get behind.
They do occasionally.
When you play for Belichick, you're always behind because your cupboard is
need
bare.
To start paying attention to the Steelers. They remain undefeated after beating their rival, and Mike Tomlin made some history in the process. We'll discuss what that means next.